Alright, everything looks right. We'll see how this thing goes. Alright, today, really quick. Alright, try that again. Alright, so that is working. It's working. We are at Camarillo. We're going to attempt a flight from Camarillo to Santa Barbara. I am not going to use ATC today, since this is just an initial test and I don't want to blow out anybody's ears or try anything crazy. Kill the volume there. Originally it was going to be a flight from Pearson to Salem, but the weather kind of fixed itself there, so I'm going to try something different and shorter. So with that said, we'll start with the before starting engine checklist. Pre-flight inspection is complete. Passenger briefing, we have no passengers today. Call that complete. Seats and seat belts are adjusted and locked. Brakes are tested and set. Circuit breakers are checked in. Electrical equipment is checked off. Avionics switch is off. Fuel selector valve is now on both, and fuel shutoff valve is on. Before starting engine checklist is complete. Alright, starting engine checklist. Throttle is going to go open a quarter. Mixture control is idle cutoff. Standby battery switch goes to test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 goes to arm. Now in the real G1000, that would bring this on, but it would also bring engine instruments over to here. So we'll have to make some modifications since this system does not do that. So we will cheat. We'll bring up the MFD so that I can see the engine indicating systems. Alright. I don't know. Been having issues with this switch. But anyway. Engine indicating systems, so we'll have to bring those up so that we can see whether there are red X's or not. You can hear the gyro spinning up. There we go. Alright. Bus E volts. 24 minimum. Good. M volts. 1.5. And we are showing a discharge. Standby battery annunciators on. Propeller area is clear. Master switch is on. Beacon is on. Fuel pump is coming on. Looking for indication here. Fuel flow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is plenty. Fuel switch off. Alright. Mixer control is going to be set to full rich until we get a stable fuel flow, which I just did. Fuel pump is off. Magneto switch is coming to start. Alright.
Clear prop.
Here we go. Brakes are set. Good start. And oil pressure. Oil pressure is checked. Temperatures, we have 28, plus, plus. Volts annunciator is off. Nav lights on. The avionics switch would come on at that point. Starting engine checklist is complete. Alright, throttle. Go to 1200. And now we'll lean it out. There's 1280. Is going to be our peak. Pull it back to 1000. Radios are already good, tested and set. Flight instruments. So we're going to go Camarillo. We'll just go direct. 2S B A Santa Barbara. Activate. So for Camarillo, radius is going to be 126025. to 8.2. Be relatively short. Bring up our Camarillo plate. Brakes released. Check brakes. This is where we'd be making our call to ground. Camarillo ground, Skyhawk, 968 Lima Tango, taxiing, parking, runway 26. We get our call back. Clear. All right. Brakes are good. It's at 7 knots. This doesn't feel right.
Camarillo information Romeo. 1900 Zulu weather. Wind 050 at 8, visibility 9. Sky conditions 5000 few, 7000 overcast, temperature 13, dew point 9. Altimeter 2993. Arriving runway 08, departing runway 08. Advise on initial contact you have Romeo. Camarillo information Romeo. 1900 Zulu weather. Wind 050 at 8, visibility 9. Sky conditions 5000 few, 7000 overcast, temperature 13, dew point 9. Altimeter 2993. Arriving runway 08, departing runway 08. Advise on initial contact you have Romeo.
Alright, with Romeo, going the wrong way. But we'll take this taxiway here down to Alpha, and then we'll hook a left onto Hotel. You can tell it's been a while since I flew last. Alright, here's Alpha. left down to the sign says Alpha, but this is hotel. That was Alpha. The sign for hotel. Hotel Crossing Charlie. Cross Delta and will end on Echo. Yeah, there's Delta. Now, in real life, I would have made this an IFR flight, but again, just testing some things out today, so I don't want anybody to get bent out of shape. Brake set. Before takeoff, checklist. Parking brake is set. Pilot and passenger seat backs in the most upright position. Seats and seat belts are checked secure. Cabin doors are closed and locked. Flight controls. Let's check those bad boys. That's up and down, up and down, up and down, right and left. All check. Good to go. Flight instruments appear to be good. Altimeter is 2993. Altitude select. We're going to go at... I don't know if we can make 4,500. But... we'll see what happens. Standby flight instruments are good. Altimeter checks straight. Good. Fuel quantity. We're good on fuel. Feeding from both tanks. Mixture control goes to full rich. Fuel fuel selector valve is set to both. Autopilot engage. Can it be overpowered? Yes, it can. Disconnect. Flight director comes off. Elevator trim is set for takeoff. Alright, throttle coming to 1800. Check. 750, 760, 70, 80. Idle check is good. Back to 1,000. Mixer control is rich throttles 1,000. Throttle friction control is adjusted. Comms are set. Frequency. Frequency is set. FMS GPS is in. CI is set. Transponder set 1200 and alt. Cabin 12 volt power is off. Wing flaps 10. Cabin windows are closed and locked. Strobe on. Landing light is on. Ready to go. Brake for brake release. We're ready to contact tower. Bravo Tower, Skyhawk 968 Lima Tango, ready for departure to the west. Currently at Echo, ready for departure, runway 8. We would get the call back that we are cleared for takeoff. 968 Lima Tango, cleared for takeoff, runway 8. Well, it's tough. Like, I just can't picture them talking. I really need pilot edge. Alright. Finals clear. Runway 8, that checks. Alright, power's coming in. That's what I was expecting more of. That's why I said this would be an IFR flight. That air temperature is right at sea. Got heat on anyway. Return. Outside anymore. Well, that's weird. This is why we test stuff. Sound just dropped out on me. How about that? Alright, fixed for now. So it doesn't do it again. 1,000 to go. We'll go ahead and go to nav mode. Knots from the left. Ugh, I don't like that. Go back to heading mode. Flight level change, we're still climbing. 74 knots. Alright, in-road climb. Airspeed 785. Checks. Throttle is full. Mixture is rich. And landing light is on. Alright, come off. Road climb checklist is complete. Outside air temperature is still 5C. About 3,000. $200 to go. Our altitude. Santa Barbara approach. This would be 120.55. Which we would have been changed over to. We would check in with them. Ugh. This is vomitous. Alright, speed's coming up. Pull us back. or bow. Alright. Go ahead and lean. Turn on our lean assist. Alright, continuing, let's see, what is ATIS 13265.
Santa Barbara Mon Information Romeo. 1900 Zulu weather. Wind calm, visibility 3, rain. Sky conditions 3600 scattered, 7600 overcast, temperature 13, dew point 9. Altimeter 2993. Arriving runways 33 left, 33 right, departing runways 33 left, 33 right. Advise on initial contact you have Romeo. Santa Barbara Mon Information Romeo. 1900 Zulu weather. Wind calm, visibility 3, rain. Sky conditions 3600 scattered, 7600 overcast, temperature 13, dew point 9. Altimeter 2993. Arriving runways 33 left, 33 right, departing runways 33 left.
Got it. Are calm. So we will do, I think we'll do the ILS to runway 7. So we'll go here, procedure, select approach, Santa Barbara. ILS 7. We'll go via over the habit, and we can do that. Go let. Cruise checklist power is 21 to 27. Trim is adjusted. Mixture control is leaned, and FMS GPS is set in the right place. Right setting. Cruise checklist is complete. I already have ATIS. So ATIS was Romeo, 1900C, winds were calm, 3 statute miles of rain. And our 3 statute miles scattered at 36, overcast at 76. Temperature is 2.1929 or 3. Very good. So 3 statute miles. This approach, we would be good down to 213 and RVR of 2400. So we're good on this approach. So let's look at the approach here. Looking at the approach. Frequency is 110.3. 110.3. Approach course is going to be 075. So we'll go ahead and put that in 075. Runway is 6,052 feet. Ground threshold is at 13. Airport elevation is at 13 feet. 15 right. Available at night. Probably because of the mountains. VDP not available when using Oxnard altimeter setting. Setting. It's for alternates. This approach procedure is going to be climb to 700. Climb to 700. And climbing right turn to 4,000. RZS. Vortac. So 700, climb to 700, go left. Missed. Turn. 4,000. San Marcos. Okay, I got it. So, missed approach would be climb to 700, right turn 4,000. Following the right turn, should have San Marcos, Vortec 114.9. Put that in nav 2. Because you're going to follow that out on the 185 radial to Golet intersection, which is 14.4 miles DME, and hold. So coming from there, it's going to be right turns. Pass through. That would be radial 185, pass through, do a parallel, cross through, hug the 307, and come back around. Okay, got it. Illusions. So we're mostly level, but it looks like the horizon slopes down right here. It'd be a false horizon. So if somebody that was trying to fly this VFR, might try to orient the plane, turn the plane so that it's level with that. And I've seen a lot worse scenarios than this. This is actually not that bad. All right. 5 miles, 4.8 to Golet, which is the initial approach fix. And we're going to be follow it through 250. Up on this, and so I have the San Marcos Vortec set in VOR2. So when we pass over Golet, it says that it is 14.4 nautical miles. I've got that here. You can actually see. Since I've got it, it's going to be to my right. And here it should show 14.4 when we cross over. And then the 185, we just look at the tail of the pointer. It should be about 185. Tells us that's the way to San Marcos. Checking it again.
Santa Barbara Mon Information Sierra 2000 Zulu weather. Wind calm, visibility 3, rain. Sky conditions 3600 scattered, 7600 overcast, temperature 13, dew point 9. Altimeter 2993. Arriving runways 33 left, 33 right, departing runways 33 left, 33 right. Advise on initial contact. You have Sierra.
Now we have Sierra. Alright, it was Lober. And we're 10 miles. That was Golet. Now on our way to Lober. 10 miles, 10.3. Golet, the initial approach fix to Lober. 10.1 miles on a bearing. 251. Next up will be our descent checklist. Power will be set as desired. Mixture will go to rich. Temperature set 2993. Altitude select. We'll be looking for 3,500 or above. Soft key is set for GPS. MS GPS. We've already reviewed and briefed our approach. Fuel selector is set to both, and we are feeding out of both tanks equally. Oh, look at that. My chats weren't showing up. Sorry, guys. Oh, God. messages. I don't know what happened to them. Using a video capture card to your PC stream. Alright, so what I did is I got an Elgato, what's it called, a Camlink Pro. Camlink Pro. A Camlink 4K. And what I'm streaming on today is just my GoPro that I've been using for my videos. And I got an HDMI cable that goes from the Elgato. It goes USB 3 out of the computer into the Elgato. And then the Elgato has an HDMI out. HDMI out then goes, and then it goes out of that, and then I have it going into the camera with I think it's a micro HDMI into the camera. And I tell you, man, it was a lot of trying to figure this out because the frame rate was all over the place, and it just looked like, the image looked like mud, and I finally got everything figured out in OBS. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to stick with just regular OBS or Streamlabs version. Streamlabs version is looking pretty good, and I might try that. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Let's see. What's your upload? My upload, like upload speed. And by the way, yes, there is some lag. Oh, here comes the turn. There's lag between, like for me in here, there's no lag between talking to anybody on the stream. Yes, there is lag because I tried it on I have another PC in the other room, and what I got when I was in here compared to what was showing in there, there's probably, I don't know, a 10-second or more delay between here and over there. So yeah, there is definitely some lag. Chat thing figured out though. So on the chat, so I can see, I just got it on my phone here, so I can see like what's going on. I can see the chat. It just kind of comes and goes though. I'm not really sure how to get to it, but like if I turn it this way, I would think the chat would show up here. Like if I chat as myself, do a test and send. I see my test that I just sent, but there's nothing else there. But when I turn sideways, I can see mine and I can see yours, Navigator Jack. So it's bizarre. Like texts, chat should show up this way. I don't know why. So clearly there's something I'm missing. I don't know what. That's why I didn't notice that you were on there. I don't know. Figure it out eventually. Going? We're going to Habit. Habit will be our last fix. At this altitude. And again, normally I'd be getting vectors. I wouldn't bother doing this, but I just wanted to try it just to see what would happen. Need like a kickstand. Need to put this up here somewhere so I can see. Of course you can, yeah, you can post this on your page if you want, you know, as embarrassing as it might be for me. But, you know, whatever. It is what it is. It's all fun, right? post it as the how not to fly IFR. But we'll see. The only reason I did this, like I said, one, I wanted to test the just the stream to see, if it was even going to work. But the other thing is I saw that there was weather in California, and I'm working on, I'm in instrument ground right now. So I was like, oh, good opportunity to check out the approach. Here comes my turn. I appreciate that, man. I guess we all have our inspirations, because there's definitely some other people that I've seen flying, and they inspire me. So it's just like, I guess we all just pass it on to each other, which is awesome. I love this. But eventually, I think I'm going to try to get more production value into this. In other words, I'll do some, like, at the beginning of the stream where there'll be, I don't know, like a fade in or like a title screen or something like that. But again, I just needed to make sure that this was going to work. Man, if I was flying this for real, I'd be like, ugh, by now. This this is nuts. Let's see. All right, time to descend. Let's make our altitude. Has to have it. We're going down to naps. Naps is going to be 1800. So, for me, head back in the game. All right. I'm going to lose the autopilot. That was weird. Oh, this is jacked. The other issue with this is the latest semionic software. This is a test of that right now too. Oh, this is disturbing. If I was flying this for real, I would be in trouble right now. Alright. Flight director off. And it's, come on man, it's only 23 knots. This is ridiculous. 23 knot crosswind. I have a bad feeling that maybe, because I'm using active sky too. It might be, I'm afraid it might be double injecting turbulence. Alright, now let's get our descent. Now that that's done, we'll just go to idle and our descent. Descent checklist power is set as desired. Mixture is now to rich. Altitude select. Oh, here we go again. 1800. This might not be good. This is wind shear. Keep getting blown up or down. Having issues just getting down. Alright, trust your instruments. Alright. is going. For whatever reason, can't get the prop to slow down. Up. Get this sucker slowed down. Before landing, seat backs upright. Seatbelts check secure. I gotta get this slowed down a lot more to get some flaps out. Come on. There's 90, 85. There's 85. Good to go. Alright. Settle. There's 60. 70. I like that. Mixture is rich. Landing lights on. We would be switched over to tower. Go for the last notch of flaps. We are well above. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check my active sky settings. Can't imagine the winds were that bad. Unless, I wonder if there's a segment for this area. I remember seeing something about there being a segment for around. Alright, well I already have the runway in sight. I'll continue down. Watch speed. There's minimums. Speed 70. 65. Wind's coming right down the runway. Not pretty, but down. 14 knots. Got a lot of wind. I'm just going to bring the flaps up already. We'll pull it off right here. No point going any further. That was insane. We'll stop it right here. RPM back to 1,000. Aircraft is stopped, flaps are up, strobe is off, landing light goes to recog or taxi, trim set for takeoff, PDOT heat switch is off, checklist complete, and then we would get instructions to parking, which I'm going to park over there by those Cessnas. Amazed I'm not a smoking hole in the ground. I'll go beyond and go past those Cessnas there at the end. I like the scenery. This is the one from, what's the guy? It's like I think it's SBP 500. Gives you like, I don't know, 12, 13, 14 different airports for like, I think it's like $70. Whatever it is, it works out to like $3 or $4 per airport. It's a lot. This looks good right here. G1000. Alright, let's see. GTN 750 bezel software. Ooh, that sounds sweet. Hold on. Let's go park and brake on so I can read. G1000. Yeah, the bezels. Yeah, bezels. These things are like $700 each, and then like another $250 for this frickin' thing. But it's the cheapest on the market, and what I like about it, like I said, they're run by iPad, so it doesn't steal any performance from my PC, which is awesome because when the weather gets like this, like I can't afford any more performance drop. So, but yeah, man, I love the idea. I would love to have the GTN 750. That one's touchscreen too, right? The 750. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I love it. All right. Checklist. Oh, I think I did not do that, but that was weird. Okay. Parking brake is set. Throttle, probably because I left it at idle too long. Throttle is throttle's idle. Electrical equipment is off. Avionics switch is coming off. It's off. Mixture goes to idle cutoff. That would have shut off the engine. Thanks, man. Again, I didn't think I was going to make it, but I'm going to have to look into that active sky and see what's going on, because that seemed like a lot. Though, you know what? Let's look right now, actually. Because I had Sky Vector pulled up earlier, because I'm curious to see if there is a turbulence segment in this area, because that would explain a lot. Oh, look, what's this? Big blue box. Segment uniform. Son of a. Segment uniform 2 valid until 060539. Segment or CA I-10. From Boise to Southwest. Occasional severe turbulence. There it is. Due to wind shear associated with JTST. What is that? JTST. Jet stream? I don't know. And MTN, mountain wave activity reported by aircraft. Okay, so this is per PIREP, which yeah, I can confirm that. Wow, that sucked. Okay, so yeah, it was. So yeah, looking at Sky Vector, the giant blue box. Oops. Is a massive segment in the area here, which in real life I would not have been flying this, but again, I didn't know. But in real life, I would have called flight service first and got a weather brief And they probably would have told me, you're insane if you try to fly that way, and that flight in your aircraft is not recommended. Again, things I learned in school. Who knew? But okay, so that explains a lot. So there's wind shear here. Okay, cool. Did I finish the checklist? I don't think I did. I sure didn't. All right. Where was I? Mixture. Mixture's idle cutoff. Mag switch is off. Standby battery switch is going to, oh, master off. Getting ahead of myself. And then it would be, yeah, standby switch off. Control lock installed. Fuel selector goes to either left or right. I favor left. Hops meter, yeah, I don't have one. Don't need one, not for rent. Wing and tail tie downs, connect chocks installed, parking brake. Parking brake release. With the winds, we'll leave that good to go, and I'll push this in. Flight training, I saw that message. Oh, look at that. You're still in flight training. Yes, I am. Because of the weather, I'm still working on that. Still working on the PPL right now. I could have been done a long time ago, but things just keep getting in the way. So it started off. I started in the summer working on the PPL, and then we had an issue where one of the Cessnas, because this is what we fly, one of the Cessnas was coming in on, I don't know, they were doing maneuvers and the engine quit, and they were able to get it restarted in flight, and so they headed back, and as they were coming in on the approach, it died again, and so they were like, that's it, the whole fleet is grounded. These are brand new 2017 172 SPs with G1000, and so they grounded the fleet for a few weeks. So that was my first deal where it was just like, okay, not flying for a while. And then following that, then they shut down the runway for like 2 months to repave it. This is out at Louisiana Tech at the Ruston Regional Airport. See, there you go. That's the checklist. They were repaving the runway, so then that was it. So like 2 months of not flying there, and I just came off of that. I hadn't flown in like 2 months. I hadn't been in the sim because I had issues with this, and I finally got all this stuff fixed. And I got my first flight like in 2 months, like now a week and a half ago. And it was awesome. It was like riding a bike. Like I got in there, did all my maneuvers. Instructor was like, wow, like I can't believe you haven't flown in 2 months. I was like, yeah, I can't believe it either. I guess I'm just a natural. I don't know, whatever. But it was a fun flight. Learned something every one. Like I said, this has helped a ton. But during my 2 month break, this was down too, so I couldn't even practice that. So I was like, whatever, it is what it is. So now it's back up and running, but then we go into winter break. So I've been on vacation from school for the last 2.5 weeks. So everything, the school's shut down, airport, operations is shut down because everybody's gone. So again, no flying. And I'm ready for, at this point, I have a stage check that I'm due for. And then once the stage check is done, and they say, hey, you're good to go, you're ready for a check ride, they'll sign me off. Which the only thing I'm worried about, and I think this is most people, I'm not so much worried about the flying, like I'm good to go there, but the ground knowledge, it's a lot. Which people say that, PPL is the easiest one, but it's just intimidating, I guess, if you've never done one before. And they say that the stage checks with universities are harder, or at 141 schools are harder than your actual check ride. That way you are prepared for any scenario, which, okay, cool, whatever. So I'm awaiting a stage check right now, and once the stage check is done, then I'm on to a check ride, and then PPL is done. As soon as that's done, like classroom-wise, like I already finished ground school a long time ago, once once that's done, the check ride, I'm already 3/4. I'm gonna say about 3/4 of the way. Who was that? Bill Johnson. Hey, what's going on, man? Once I get through, because I started as soon as I finished ground school, private pilot ground school, I immediately started right into instrument ground school. So I finished the first half of that, and now I'm probably 3/4 of the way through. That class is due to wrap up in February, and that class ends with your knowledge test. So once the knowledge test is done, then I'm done with private pilot ground and instrument ground, and then it's just going to be the flying, and then I'm guessing after that I'm probably straight on to commercial ground school. I don't know, whatever. But like I'm ahead. X-Plane, just flight sims, just in general, but X-Plane has helped me a ton. When people say that, oh, you know, they won't really help you in private, I'm going to disagree some. Granted, this performs, yes, it does perform different, but sight picture on landing, oh, it helps a ton. And then just like having a hands-on trainer where everything is pretty much where it is, like in the real plane, that's helped a ton. To give you an idea, I'm further ahead in all of my stuff than anybody else in my class. I think I started when I started in the summer, there were, I think, 17 of us that started in the summer, and there are 2 of us right now that are waiting for a check ride now. Me and another guy. The other guy, his dad, I guess, owns a 182, so he's been flying forever with his dad. And then there's me, you know, sim guy. So don't ever let anybody tell you that sims are worthless, or you know, it's not like the real thing, or it won't help you in real life. It's helped me a ton, because like I said, you can pretty much call me #1 in my class right now, and I know that's not chance or coincidence. It's because of, you know, this stuff that we do, man. So keep doing what you do. So, but right now I got to figure out, I need a better weather. Granted, I've got active sky, but I need some textures. And I was looking at a few today, but who knows what I'm going to go with. I mean, right now, like I said, I just wanted to see if this was going to work, and it seems to be working great. I am liking this. So, and like I said, looking at the picture here, it looks like what you see is good, I think. I'm sure if it looked like crap, you'd let me know. When's my next flight? I probably need to come up with a schedule. I was thinking about maybe doing streams on the weekends. Whoa. Oh, that's a reload. That's active sky. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know when my next stream is going to be. Maybe I should probably just fly tomorrow. If I don't have anything going on tomorrow, oh, see, now I can't read anything. My thing's reloading. Yeah, hopefully tomorrow. If not, I don't know. I probably need to get a good way of pushing stuff out so people know when these things are going to go on. But I think I'm going to start doing some stuff on Twitch as well. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll stick with just YouTube for now. But YouTube will... Oh! Cool! I did not know that. YouTube lets you know. That's right. There's a box that I check that says, like, oh, let your subscribers know. So, awesome. Is that how you knew that this was going on? Let's see. Oh, awesome. Well, it works then. Sweet. Let's shut this sucker down. Let's make it ugly. Quit. Bye-bye, Sim. But yeah, see. Here's my... my control screen for the stream, which is pretty neat. Here's my active sky. We can close that down. But yeah, it doesn't hit. I thought this was going to hit frames, but it doesn't seem to be. And I'm streaming at what, 1080 at 60 frames. That's the only way that I could smooth it out. So hopefully that doesn't screw anybody over. So, one thing about YouTube, you get more space than Facebook. Oh. Okay. Learning. I think I'm going to like this streaming thing. Because before it was always record everything and then take it to the computer and do all the editing and stuff. And it's just like, I don't want to do that anymore. It's too much work. So, I don't know. We'll get better at this. We'll see what happens. But with that said, I think I'm going to bounce for the night. I told my wife that this is going to be a 45-minute flight, and I see that this stream has gone for an hour and 32 minutes. So I'm already double my time. So I will, I think I'm going to get out of here, and hopefully I'm not in too much trouble. And then hopefully other people will be able to see this tomorrow. One thing I did notice about YouTube, though, I will say, is that when it streams at, I don't know, we'll call it streaming quality. And then once it gets uploaded to YouTube, it cleans it up. It looks a lot better. So, I don't know. We'll see. So, hey, man, you have a good night. And hopefully, see you tomorrow. All right? Have a good night.